Understanding financial fragility. Financial crises are often seen as the result of unexpected shocks. But history suggests a different pattern. In fact, periods of apparent stability are often followed by sudden instability. This is the central idea behind Hyman Minsky's financial instability hypothesis, a theory that challenges how we understand financial risk. Minsky argues that, during stable periods, confidence grows. Borrowers take on more debt, and lenders become more willing to provide credit. The system gradually shifts from safe forms of financing to more risky structures that depend on continued optimism and rising asset prices. Stability, in this sense, encourages the very behavior that makes the system unstable. To understand this, Minsky identifies three financial stages in this shift. The first one is the hedge finance stage. In the hedge finance stage, borrowers can repay both principal and interest from their cash flows. And then the speculative finance stage. In the speculative finance stage, borrowers can meet interest payments, but must rely on refinancing to repay the principal. And finally, the Ponzi finance stage. In the Ponzi finance stage, borrowers depend on rising asset prices to service both interest and principal. As the system moves through these stages, it becomes increasingly dependent on continued optimism. This is how stability gradually transforms into fragility. The Minsky moment is the point where this fragile system breaks. When expectations change, asset prices stop rising. Borrowers can no longer refinance the debts, and a rapid process of selling and deleveraging begins. What appeared stable can quickly turn into crisis. The late 1990s dot-com boom provides a clear example of this process. Early optimism about the internet drove rapid investment and rising stock prices. Over time, many firms had limited or no profits, yet their valuations continued to rise based on expectations of future growth. This reflects a shift toward speculative and Ponzi forms of finance, where sustainability depends on continued investor confidence, rather than underlying cash flows. When expectations changed in 2000, the system rapidly unwound, leading to a sharp market correction. The dot-com bubble burst. The dot-com episodes show why Minsky's theory matters to policymakers. It suggests that periods of apparent stability should not always be read as signs that the system is healthy. In reality, there may be the period in which risk is quietly accumulating beneath the surface. This matters because once confidence breaks, the adjustment can be sudden and difficult to contain. By that stage, financial fragility has already matured into crisis. For policymakers, the dot-com boom is therefore important not just as a historical episode, but as a warning. The most dangerous risks may emerge when markets appear strong, optimism is widespread, and intervention seems least necessary. In this sense, Minsky's insight is clear. Stability should not be taken as a sign of safety, but as a signal to remain vigilant.